last statement is we will not lay down while the government tries to trample on our rights. Thank you all for being here. We will not stand idly by as the governor tries to become a dictator.
That's right.
And that's what's happening. I don't know if you listened to the argument in there.
Yeah.
But what they tried to do was, well, you don't have standing. I'm a New York State legislator. I'm elected by the people. He has no standing to be there. And folks, you know what? I listened to the questions that the judges asked of both sides, and I'm hopeful that they will make the right decision and they will follow the Constitution.
Yes.
That's here. They are here to make sure that when the governor oversteps her bounds,
Yes.
that they are to push back and say, we will not do that. We will follow the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of New York State. That was clearly stated in this case today.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, Bobby Eng, you did an amazing job. Thank you for clearly defining that. So now we wait. We will wait to hear what they're, and I'm sure they're going to mull through everything. But you know, the reality is that our governor is using the Department of Health to ensure that she has absolute power, And if we don't stop them here, this goes on to other things, and it goes to other states. And it really crumbles the foundation of our nation, which is individual liberty. That the government, it lives in fear of the people, not the other way around. That is what our Constitution says. That the government will be limited and shall not make up things that they don't have the right to, which is what that guy tried to do in there today. He tried to make up laws and rules that don't exist, that somehow we don't have standing, and that somehow the Department of Health is the ultimate arbiter as to whether or not someone gets freedom or doesn't get freedom. That's wrong. It's against the Constitution, and we stand here today united that we will be free. Bobby Ann, would you like to say a few things? Ladies and gentlemen, John Sulka is here. Thank you, John, very much for being here.
Thank you, John.
You might step right up there.
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Yeah, I hope everybody from inside comes outside so they can hear our after court remarks. Is this okay? Is it too loud?
A little bit right there.
Speak up a little bit.
You have to eat that thing. Okay.
As loud as it'll go.
You must be
Put it up on
Speak
the
right
thing.
in the mic.
Put it up there.
First I want to thank everybody for coming. This is such a wonderful turnout. It's really so great because you know, this has been it's been a pretty lonely fight by myself with my plaintiffs, and I really want to thank Senator George Borrello, Assemblyman Chris Teague, Congressman Mike Lawler, and the members of Uniting New York State. I know many of you are members of Uniting New York State, so you guys are the plaintiffs too in this case, and I think we saw here today that the judges understand what's going on. I think we saw from their questions that they realize that this is a very serious regulation. You know, the Attorney General has wanted to make this sound really nonchalant. You know, oh, they're exaggerating. I mean, you heard what he said, right? He said, oh, you don't have to actually stay somewhere. We wouldn't actually confine anybody.
Then you don't need it.
Well,
Wow.
We're from the government, we're here to help.
Yeah.
so it's very frustrating as an attorney to see something so clearly and then have the government on the other side basically say you're exaggerating, you're making it up, and the words on the paper that you are reading don't actually say what they say. And that is what I took from oral arguments today, is that the government wants to tell us.
Don't believe your lying eyes.
Yeah.
The government wants to tell us, particularly the Department of Health and the Health Planning Council and the Commissioner of Health and the governor, they want to tell you, oh, the words you're reading on the paper right here for this regulation we made, don't say what you think they say. No, we just mean we're going to suggest that you isolate or quarantine. We're just going to suggest it. But if you don't follow it, we'll fine you significant amounts of money, or we'll just come take you and put you where we want you to go. That is exactly what that regulation says. Unfortunately, I am not exaggerating even a little bit. Temporary housing, that is the wording used in that regulation. They can put you in, a hospital if you're sick, but they don't have to put you there. They can put you in any residential or temporary housing. Okay, so I'm not sure how opposing counsel and appellants read that language, but to me it sounds like they can put you anywhere they want.
That's right. That's right. Yep. Yes.
Concentration camp.
So I think that if the Constitution is upheld by this court, which I'm hopeful that it will be, that regulation that was struck down over a year ago by the trial court judge at the lower level will stay down.
Amen.
It will stay. The importance of our Constitution really cannot be overstated. Our Constitution protects us. And the reason that the Constitution protects us is because our founding fathers wrote it during a time of great unrest in our country. They were breaking free from England. They were breaking free from tyranny, a king that gave them no voice, that gave them no credit for anything that they asked for or wanted, didn't understand what they wanted, what they needed. So they wrote the Constitution such that if it's followed, that kind of tyranny would never surface here in our country.
Yeah, here we are.
Here we are. So when the Constitution is not followed, this is what happens. We get regulations that are procured from an agency, unelected bureaucrats that you cannot vote in and out of office. And they make rules and regulations that conflict with our Constitution, abolish your rights, give you no due process protections, and conflict with our long-standing laws. We've had a quarantine law in this state for 70 years. 70, not 17. 70 years we've had this. And an agency can't just come along and rewrite it. They can't change the provisions of a law. It is not in their power. And that's what happened here. They overstepped their power. They tried to change that law. They tried to write a whole new law. And thanks to my plaintiffs who had the courage to step up. Thanks to Senator Borrello, Assemblyman Tague, Congressman Lawler, and all the members of Uniting New York State. You know, I think the citizens group in this doesn't really get enough credit because the members of Uniting New York State are what made this happen. All of your donations that you've given over the past year and a half, all of the functions you've attended, all of the rallies you've gone to, all of the letters you've written or phone calls you've made to your legislators, or going up to Albany and doing face-to-face meetings with your legislators, all of that shows that you want the Constitution to be upheld.
Yes.
You want law and order.
Yes.
You want to live in a society that respects our rights. So I really thank all of you, all the members of Uniting New York State, for everything. I couldn't have really done this fight without you. Even just your emails of encouragement, even the cards, people send me cards to my office or leave me voicemails at my work phone, all of those things really help, and I appreciate it so much.
Thank you. Hero! We love you! You're a hero, Bobby.
So I hope that everybody continues to pray about this case. The court will not issue a decision today. It'll take a couple months for the decision to come out. And if there is, if the Constitution is upheld, I hope that the Attorney General doesn't appeal the case again. We do have one more court, which is the Court of Appeals, which is in Albany. It's the highest court in New York State. So there could be an appeal up there. It's not an automatic right, so maybe there won't be an appeal up there. But if there is, I hope that we can have this same sense of unity and this same sense of connection, because taking away the rights of American citizens is something that we cannot let happen. We cannot let happen. And whether it's our right to autonomy, our right to freely walk the streets and live our lives without being thrown into quarantine facilities because maybe they think you were exposed to a communicable disease, maybe not. That's not the only right that's under attack right now. So many of our rights are under attack. And if we can stay informed, if we can stay united, if we can stay in step with the Constitution and defend it, I think we have a really great chance of keeping our freedoms. And if we can't stop it in New York, it will spread.
Yes.
It will spread to other states. 100% it will spread. If other states see that New York has an agency that can write a reg that overrides a law, it's going to turn into a free-for-all of agencies, not just in New York State, but agencies across the country doing whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want. Constitution be damned, state laws be damned, and we can't allow that to happen.
No.
Once we give a little tiny bit, the floodgates will open. So I want to close just by saying thank you so much for coming. I just really appreciate the support. It means a lot to me, and let's all just pray that the Constitution prevails. That's a great point. So there was a question about, so if you want to get involved with Uniting New York State, or you want to make a donation to the lawsuit, or you just want to be on the email list, the website is www.unitingnys.com. And they have a page there specifically about our lawsuit. They have a donate button. You can donate there. If you want to donate directly to my website, it's coxlawyers.com. It's spelled COX, lawyers.com. And yeah, I mean, emotional support is great. Financial support is great too. I'm doing the case pro bono, so. But yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Bobby.
So, two things to close with, and I want to quote one of my favorite founding fathers, Benjamin Franklin. He said, "Those that would sacrifice essential liberty for temporary security end up with neither." And that's what's going on here for the bootlickers that think this is a good idea. The second thing I want to say, this is another famous quote of his that I love, is "Well done is better than well said." So Bobby Ann, well done. Thank you.